something a bit different, and basically I'm just waiting to come a cropper now, riding a bike one-handed, because riding a motorbike, yeah, riding a push bike, this is different.
Da 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 da.
Good evening. Little disclaimer at the beginning. I know this is like supposed to be like a stealth and all the rest of it, but if I did it properly stealth, there wouldn't be much of a video, because obviously I set things up so you can see it, and just to be usable while I'm filming. If it was totally stealth, there'd be no talking to camera, there'd be no next to nothing really, and I'd be super close to the floor. So all I'm doing now is having a quick little mooch round just to see if there's a little bit better spot, but it's a bit exposed, but this place is shut for winter, so with any luck I'm not going to get anybody coming round or walking past or anything like that. Although normally, if you've seen previous stealth camp videos where I've stopped on footpaths, I'm tucked down, everything's kept below 2 foot high, and it worked out well. This location, although it's a much nicer location, it's very, very open. So for those wondering how I set my bag up, it's a 511 bag. Love these things. Basically, this front section here, that's all my food, things like that, snacks, odds and sods. This section here, med kit, paracetamol, all the bits and pieces you want to get to, like torches and things that get lost. On this side here we've got the cook system. On this side here we've got a real tough set of gloves and a trauma kit and a few tools there. Main section we've got bashers, the little blanket thing, bottle of water, and yeah, that's about it. Just shelter and things to keep warm. So what I normally do here is I'll actually have this frontage a little bit lower. I'll put a stick in the middle that I can then get in, have it open, I can see what's going on round with me. When I'm done for the night, you pull the stick down, and because I'm using bungees, it pulls it all taut and pulls it all down. Just makes it a bit nicer place to be, so I highly recommend you get the old school bungees. It's real handy to have. Now I'm stuck here. Do I have spicy sausage and potato wedges, or do I have beef burrito style filling with rice? Two very good choices. For dessert, we've got orange flavoured cake. So last time I did one of these stealth camps, I got bombarded with questions about where'd you get your ration packs, where'd you get your food, where'd you get this? Right, I buy it as I see it. So at the Bushcraft show this year, there was a stall there, they were selling the new 24-hour ration packs. So at the top, as you can see, we've got the drinks as you'd normally get, the brew kit, that's pretty standard. We've got the snacks, which these are a little different. I haven't seen these before. Got chocolate chip and orange oat biscuits. We've got apricot oat biscuits. We've got some orange flavoured cake, some peanut butter, which that's a nice touch, that. Nice bit of energy, bit of protein. We've got the nuts and peanuts down below. We've got the spicy sausage and potato. We've got the beef burrito style filling. And we've got the all day breakfast. I'm gonna go with the beef burrito. I'm conscious that the water's warming and I'm not using it. So, anyway, I got bombarded with questions about where I get this gear from. I got these 2 or 3 24-hour ration packs at the Bushcraft show. They did a decent deal on them. I also bought some bits that have been field stripped, so they were the individual meals, which I prefer them field stripped anyway, because you're paying top money for half the stuff that you're not going to use anyway. So yeah, that's where I got them from. Other than that, I buy them as and when I can, when you see them cheap. I would like to have somewhere that does do them and does do good deals on them, especially field strip meals, but at the minute a lot of the gear is getting sent off to Ukraine. All the surplus gear, all the old up-to-date stuff, that's getting sold on, and they're replenishing the newer stuff, so I'm told. So there's not mega deals on a lot of it. If there is someone out there that does do wholesale, that does do cheap things, hit me up. We might be able to work something out where we can get a discount code for people, and you get a bit of promotion out of it. Don't know, I'm always open to offers. Let's get this warmed up. I'm just gonna bring it down a little bit because yeah, it's been a while since I've been out, and I'm sure you've all noticed. Keep trying to film, but hugging the money and keep giving it some big licks. I can't tell you how much I didn't know I missed this. I got so into using the Land Rover again, and after it's been crashed into and it's been off the road, I've sat sulking, and I'll say it, I've sat sulking. And every time I thought about going out, I've talked about what I could be doing in the Land Rover rather than grabbing a bag, grabbing a tarp and just going out. And sat here now, I've got a lake there, I've got a sunset there, and I've got some hot food about to be on the go. It's a nice place to be right now. So about this bike then, because let's face it, they've sponsored this video, so I've got to say, ooh, I haven't got to say, ooh, the water's about to boil over. So it's been an option that I've wanted for a while. I was looking at the fat tyre electric bikes for ages and ages and ages, wanting one of them, just purely because my little one likes to go out on the push bike and it's nice to go with her, and I'm old and lazy, so I want an electric one. So these guys got in touch and they said, can we send you one, can you put it together, can you take it out and do a video on it? And I thought, well, I don't want to just do an unboxing video and just ride up and down, because nobody wants to see a fat kid on a push bike, do they? So I thought, let's go out for a camp. So put the thing together on my drive. Dead easy. Me and my little one did it. Basic hand tools, she did most of it. There is instructions, but realistically, if you type it in on YouTube, the step-by-step on how to do it. So the instructions. I've been out a few times on it. I've had it a good few months now, and basically I've got, it's just shy of 10 miles on half a battery, and that's with 0 pedalling. 0. This is supposed to be pedal assist. It does do pedal assist 5 different speeds. However, it has also got a thumb throttle. I'm not sure how UK compliant it is, but I like it. What that allows me to do is, if I'm going up a hill setting off or something, I might turn my feet a little, but I just hit the thumb throttle, take it up to 25 kilometers an hour, and just sit at that for mile after mile after mile. And it is a cracking entry level bike. Don't get me wrong, it's not a Sauron at £7,000. It's a seventh of that, or whatever it is. It is what it is. It's for an electric bike with suspension, front and back disc brakes, lights, speedo, all that jazz. I think it's decent for the money. And if you're not massively into downhill mountain biking and you just want to go to the shops or just do a bit of riding down some paths and doing this, yeah, I can't fault it so far. I've battered it, I've lent it up against stuff, I've left it out in the rain. I think I've given it a bit of a test. It's food time. Little tip if you're opening these, the tab is there across there. Turn it sideways, use your people opener to go across there, and then you don't have to get your fingers all dirty digging down with a short spoon into your ration pack, like so. Just makes it nice and easy to access. Oh, that smells beautiful. It just, I don't know, I just got fed up of, you know, going into a deep ration pack and getting your fingers mucky. Got high expectations because the last lot of ration packs that I got were actually really nice. I was about to say there's no spice to that, I'm going to get my Tabasco out, but that's decent. It's no Gordon Ramsay stuff, but you break that down for what the price is, that's a decent meal, that. So yeah, at the minute, still waiting on the insurance, so I can't put the damage out or put the video or the footage on it out yet, because I don't want the insurance twisting my arm saying this is what you plan to do, this is what you're doing, and all the rest of it. So that's why it got left as a bit of a cliffhanger, because let's face it, if they've got anything about them, they're going to be keeping up on the videos and what I'm doing and whatnot. Where we're at now is it's been assessed, the third party's done an evaluation on it. I agree with the price of the vehicle that they've said, and I agree with what they said they should be paying me to fix it, because none of their body shops are capable of fixing a coach built vehicle, or at least for reasonable money. The damage isn't that bad. However, because the back doors are stoved in, thanks Stu, basically you can't buy them doors. Because you can't buy them doors, you'd have to make them. Because the cross member's bent on the back, luckily it's not the Land Rover cross member, so it's not affected the chassis. However, it is the cross member for the box, so that would need cutting off and a new piece of box section putting on. Again, there's one thing for a fully qualified fabricator, one of my mates, to cut that off, put a new piece of box section on, make sure it's all square. There's another thing for the insurance company to try and get a Marshall's body rear cross member with door surround and all the rest of it. So you can see where we're going with that one. That's where we're at with that. The plan is, whether they write it off because they're being silly buggers, and I can see that's the way it's going, or they do actually pull the finger out and pay me in a reasonable amount of time, I'm going to get a four-wheel drive Mercedes Sprinter. Reason for that is, although the Land Rover ambulance is the most capable off-road camper van that there is, for its size, for its shape, for its weight, everything like that, and with the modifications that I've done to it, the only thing missing from that for me is, because I'm a YouTuber, TikToker, whatever you want to call it, I need to be able to get in something after a day's work, or even take it to work and use it as a van, and sit on the motorway for up to 5 hours at 70 miles an hour in comfort, with door seals, with heat, with everything that a car would have. Which, don't get me wrong, I can sit on the motorway at 60 plus miles an hour in the camper, in the Landy. But there's a big difference between sitting at 60 in the Landy for multiple hours and sitting in a van, a modern van. One you get out of and you feel like you have just done a global expedition. The other one, it's just another day in the office. And that's it, basically. It's just, it suits the YouTube more than the bug out vehicle thing. So although it would be less capable off-road to have the Sprinter, it's 10 times more capable on-road. And unfortunately, with what I'm doing now, I don't want to have to plan around stops or what time I'm going to set off or anything like that. I want something that I can just turnkey, sit for multiple hours late at night, arrive on site late at night, sleep in the back, wake up on site, film. And by doing that, the invites that I've been getting down to the islands down on the south coast, or up to Scotland, or over to Wales or something like that, instead of it being a bit of an ordeal and now it's a bit much, I don't mind doing them, which for you guys watching is the way forward. Plus, after 15 years of having Land Rovers, I'm also fancying a bit of a change. That doesn't mean I won't do the DAF build either, if anyone's wondering. It just means I can streamline, because the other thing as well, if I go to work on the DAF, ideally I want to stop the night. But with the Land Rover having to be barricaded in my house every night, and it takes forever to get out and play hokey cokey with the cars and all that stuff, if I've just got the van, I'll just go there straight after work. Straight there, have a day on it, stop over the night, drive back. So yes, it's not the answer that a lot of you want to hear, but it's a needs must, or I'd probably say what's better for the channel and better for what I'm doing as I progress and evolve. And it also fits in with a few trips that I've got on my bucket list. Because as you're aware, you'd be hard pushed taking the Land Rover to Morocco with it being camouflage. This is really nice. I don't want to eat it every day, but it's nice. Sun's getting light. What I'm going to do, I'll leave near enough everything in my bag until very, very last thing. As it starts to get cool, pull this down, get your sleeping gear out, and get kind of curled up in your maggot so you're not moving. I don't bring anything out beforehand, because for some reason everywhere I sleep there's earwigs. There's always earwigs. Now I know someone's going to say it's not very bushcrafty, but the idea of this, no smoke, no smell, no fire, no flames, no light, nothing. The bit of water that I do use makes your food, it heats your food, and not only does it heat your food, it makes you brew straight after. There's no washing up, because any of the dirty bits and pieces you've got, your spoon, you can give a wipe with your hand cleaner. Your ration pack gets put with all your gash in your bag. It's just easy, efficient, quiet stealth. That doesn't look like it's been punched. That's still reasonably soft. That's not like old treacle pudding or chocolate cake that's been squidged down and absorbed all the juice. Yeah, I'd tell. It's quite dry, but with a brew, it's not bad at all. That's too hot. That is far too hot. So what I want to say, very important. One, thank you if you've made it this far and listened to me waffle. Two, everybody that I speak to, I've talked to a lot of people in a week, everybody is feeling down, under pressure, fed up, underappreciated. What I would say is, it's not just you. Please don't think it is just you. Take an evening to yourself. You probably haven't got time, or you probably don't think you've got time. Make time. Please make time. Even if it's a Saturday morning and you get up an hour earlier, you've already got your bag packed, and get yourself out. Go find a tree line on the edge of a field, under a tree. Go find some woods, even if it's in a park out the way of people. Make yourself a brew, make yourself something to eat, and slow yourself down, because I think people at the minute, everything's too fast, too intense. The bit of time where pre-internet you used to get back in your van or get back home, and before you did anything else there was quiet time, and there isn't now. Like now, what's the chances that someone watching this is their bit of quiet time, and they're thumbing through videos on TikTok or YouTube or something like that? That is your spare time. That is your time to do something. Views just went down like that. Retention's just gone. Everyone got up and left. Why did I do that? But seriously though, the quiet time of just jumping back in the van after a job and just having a minute, 2 minutes, just doing your paperwork in silence or have the radio on, it's gone now. There's so much stuff and it's so intense these days that your brain's not getting that time to stop and that time to rationalise and that time to just reset and think. So please, go out, set a little shelter up if you've got one, because as daft as it is, like now, I don't need this until about 11 o'clock tonight when it starts raining. What's big is Doug? Set a shelter up, put a little ground sheet down, have a little gas stove or whatever it is you want to make a brew. Make yourself something to eat. Don't bring something pre-done unless you're eating it up or something like that. Go through the process of making a brew and making something to eat and setting a shelter up with no phone on, not on the phone to someone, not thumbing through TikToks or something like that. Please take that time to yourself to slow down, and then when you sit and you eat your food and you look at the crazy crows and you listen, just brings everything down a touch. I don't want to sound too hippie-ish or anything like that, but it's missing in today's life. It's so missing today. If you can stay out there for an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, that's going to be the bit that just gives you that reset, slows you down. And if you can do that, like going to the chiropractor. First time you go to the chiropractor, it's twice a week. It's costing you a fortune. Then it's once a week. Then it's once a fortnight. Then it's once a month. Once you're healed. If you can get into that with going out and just slowing things down. Some people go for a run. Some people do exercise. All the rest of it. Those of us that are broken, just that's pure torture. Go and have a brew in the woods. Just not this one because it's too hot. Right, so it's getting a bit dark now. I've lowered the tarp 90% of the way where I want it. Just the one side where the bike is. I'm probably going to push that just outside, tip it on its side, lower the basher all the way down. But I've just checked my phone now, about 11, half 11 with your storm. So I don't know how people do it. You get some people and they can film so well and they get right good footage. Me, all I'm thinking about is absolutely trashing really expensive camera gear. I can't get it out of my head. Anyway, for those of you that are interested in a cheap e-bike, check the box below. I'm going to get another hour and a half, 2 hours. I can see me, I've only got me thick jacket and a poncho liner. I didn't want to bring a full sleeping bag or anything, but I think I might regret that. So I'm going to try and get a little bit of sleep now. And if it gets really crap, I'm going to have to just lump it, pack it up and take it back early doors, get back home and get some more kip there. Because I didn't think it was going to get too bad of weather, but the more times I look at my phone, the worse it's getting. This is a feature I quite liked. It's actually got headlights on it and a little tail light. And if you touch the brakes, it's actually got little brake lights on it. Right, it's a couple hours sleep. Just had a message, little one's not feeling so well, so I'm going to end this here. I've jumped back in the motor. I've got back to that point, so I'm going to head back. I'm going to say thank you very much if you've watched this far. If you can check the description below for any information that you need. And yeah, I'd like to hear your comments on that. Do you want to see more of the backpack light stuff, or do you want to carry on with the vehicle stuff, or is it a mixture of both? Because I think over the years I've managed to attract the vehicle based, the backpack based, the bug out based, the van life base. So yeah, let us know what you think, because it's always interesting because there's a lot of different people on here. Stay safe, have a good one people.